Imagine living your life under a set of principles that include respect and honesty, only to be disrespected and lied to by somebody that you trusted. Then to make matters worse, you're constantly getting ridiculed behind it over and over and over again. Imagine being in a situation where your manhood is challenged and you now have to choose between your self-respect or your well-paying job. What would you do? Sacrifice the money, possibly putting your family in a tough situation, or sacrificing your self-respect and having that eat away at your manhood over time? Well, today I'm gonna tell you the story of Enemkpali, a man who took action. And man, I don't even know why everybody was tripping, because as an NFL defensive end, the dude got paid to hit quarterbacks. Okay, not his own quarterback. And not in the face. Cue the Wayne. Enemkpali was raised in a two-parent household to Nigerian parents. The values instilled in him were to be a hard worker, to be honest, and to be respectful. One thing about people who show respect though, they want to be shown that same respect in return. Now, IK began his football playing days under the Friday night lights in Texas. Every day before school, he would hit the weight room, working hard to improve. Even still, he didn't start until he was a junior in high school. Not because he lacked talent, but because their team was loaded with it. As a matter of fact, he played with 3 other NFL players on his high school team: Xavier Gooden, Tyrus Thompson, and Alex Okafor. By the time IK was a senior, dude was 6'1", 260, and he was eating on the field. That year, he racked up 14 sacks and earned himself a scholarship to Louisiana Tech. IK was described by teammates as a guy who got his books, went to school, ate with his family, went to church, was quiet, read a lot, painfully shy, yes ma'am, no ma'am type of cat, just to give you a general idea of how he was seen by his peers. Now, this was years before he would become the guy who punched Geno Smith in the face, but Geno wasn't the first target, and he wouldn't be the last. During IK's freshman season, 2011, he was arrested for battery of a police officer. Now that sounds really bad, and I know what you're thinking. This dude has a history, he's got an anger issue, case closed. And if you feel that way, you're not necessarily wrong, but let's put it into context. First, I'm gonna summarize the facts that have come out, then I'm going to attempt to read into that, okay? Let's facts first though. The cop didn't have on a uniform. He was off duty. IK was really protecting someone else, and things got out of control from there. IK got grabbed from behind, started swinging, duty hit, off-duty cop. Ding, 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 you're a prize for hitting an off-duty cop. 13 months probation. Now, in case you can't visually see this, based on that information, here's basically what happened, okay? A young Enemkpali goes out with a group of his teammates. Now, IK is a guy who was painfully shy and did not make friends easily. When you are that way, you're super protective of your friends. So his friends get into something, a scuffle, an argument, altercation, whatever, something pops off. IK, bam, takes the lead, jumps in front of all of that. Off-duty cop also at the place, attempting to break up the fight. He was probably there as a security guard, or he might have just been there chilling. He decides to grab IK from behind him. All IK knows is, I just got grabbed. You feel me? So he turned around swinging, bing, clocked the off-duty cop. But when he gets that charge of battery assault of a police officer, it sounds a lot different than the way it actually played out. Nonetheless, this would follow IK. IK's coach spoke very highly of him after the situation, saying that it was clearly a misunderstanding and IK was the type of kid he would allow to watch his house. IK was super careful after that. He got to the point where he would just never go out. And he wouldn't hesitate to kill the buzz of any of his teammates who were talking about going out around him. It's not easy being that guy in college, trust me, but when you're an athlete and you already got that one strike, you're pretty much hanging by a thread at this point. If something happens, nobody's gonna believe you, so you unfairly just have to abstain from all of these college activities. IK just put all of his focus on school and football. Now, to speak to the character of this man, there are stories of this cat making his linebacker teammates come to practice up 20 minutes early and having them leave 20 minutes late to do drills and basically just get some extra work. That's a true leader, that you'd first want to do that, and second, have the cachet to be able to get a group of linebackers to do this. You know what I'm saying? This is an extra 40 minutes of their time that they now have to commit just because you said so. But unfortunately for IK, he'll never be remembered for this. IK's college coach said he was everything you could ask for in a player. And after that altercation with the off-duty cop, IK would walk away from even the smallest altercations, trying not to mess up again. He put together 4 strong seasons at Louisiana Tech, racking up 17.5 sacks in his career. And in 2015, he entered the draft and was selected in the 6th round by the New York Jets. And there he was. IK had made it. He'd made it to the NFL. And one of the first things he wanted to do was to give back to his hometown by having a football camp for the kids. He got some of his old high school teammates, some of his college teammates, some counselors, got all of them to come and attend the camp. And of course, he's an NFL player himself, but he's a 6th round pick. He doesn't really have a ton of cachet. But who would the kids be really excited to see? An NFL quarterback. So he approaches his teammate, Geno Smith, and asks him if he would attend the camp. Geno says, "Not only will I attend, I'll do you one better, brother. I'll coach." This was huge, and the numbers for IK's camp just grew and grew behind this promise, okay? Parents had brought their kids from all around Texas to be coached up by NFL quarterback Geno Smith. Geno was the main theme of the camp. Like, the t-shirts had his face on it and everything. Geno never showed up. Not only did he not show up, but he didn't even call to say that he couldn't make it. He just didn't show. That was after he promised he was going to be there, after the camp was based on him, and after IK had shelled out $600 for Geno's traveling expenses. Now keep in mind, IK is a 6th round rookie. All right, his money don't really just stretch like that. You feel me? So them $600, that's $600. Now the story goes that someone close to Geno was in a bike accident, and that's why Geno couldn't make it. I don't know if that story is true. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But what I do know is that IK was never told that story. He had no idea. Like, imagine buying tickets for a Kendrick Lamar concert, seeing 3 opening acts, and then they say, "Oh, but Kendrick ain't coming." You'd be pissed, right? So he was embarrassed in his hometown. He had this big extravaganza plan, but the main act stood him up. So the kids are disappointed, the parents are pissed. IK gotta take all that heat, and this is in his hometown, so he gotta come back home here, man. I'm from here, bruh. Now, once again, you have to consider the fact that IK, very honest guy. And based on the way he was raised, he believed wholeheartedly in keeping your word. And Geno didn't keep his word in this situation. Because Geno didn't keep his word, that now meant IK couldn't keep his word, which was that Geno would be there. So it's a layered situation. Now, IK didn't just see Geno the next day and punch him in his face, right? But when he did see him, he asked him to reimburse the $600 that he paid for Geno's travel. He can't reimburse the embarrassment. He can't go back in time and give IK a heads up, but he can reimburse the $600 for travel fees. That's a fair request. And as a man and the starting quarterback in the league who has the bread, obviously, Geno could have easily paid that man back, apologized for not making it, and explained what happened, kept it moving, but he did. He refused to pay. And over the course of the next month, my dog IK was constantly being joked on and berated by his teammates about how Geno had finessed him. Until one day, he had enough. He approached Geno for the last time about his money. And I don't know what IK said, but Geno wasn't trying to hear it. He was like, "This 6th round pick running up on me. I'm the starting quarterback. What you gonna do?" Geno put his hand in IK's face. Like, "Yeah, what you gonna do? Man, you get the fuck out my face about that little $600. My dog eat meals cost more than that. You ain't getting no explanation, and I dare you to do something about it." Jaw shattered, busted, done for. And I wasn't there. I don't know every detail, but based on the information that came out, hey man, it sounded to me like Geno deserved it. Like, why you refuse to pay that man back? It was just such a simple gesture. You the leader of the team. Instead of allowing this man to harbor this resentment and allowing the team to just constantly joke on this cat, while you probably spending $600 a week on frivolous things. You decided to make this man look like a fool, and one day, he got tired of it. Geno missed the next 6 weeks with a broken jaw and never regained his starting quarterback job. IK was released immediately and made out to be the bad guy. The headlines reading, he'd sucker punched Geno. Again, I wasn't there, but if your hand was in his face like this and you got punched, that's not a sucker punch. Either way, Rex Ryan and the Bills gave IK another chance. Unfortunately, exactly 1 year later, literally, on the anniversary of the infamous punch, IK got into it with a Bills teammate and threw a punch at him. Okay, IK, come on, bro. I can't defend it now. I can't defend it. You can't keep doing this. Then he did it on the 1 year anniversary. Like, you can't make this up. But the offensive lineman that he threw the punch at didn't miss 6 weeks or any time for that matter. It was just a training camp fight real quick. And it honestly just wasn't that big of a deal. But things only got worse for my boy IK, as the very next day, he tore his ACL and was eventually waived by the Bills. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds almost like divine intervention. Like almost like, IK, you're put in a situation to learn a lesson. You did not learn the lesson, and then he's removed the very next day. Like, isn't that eerie? IK was picked up by the Raiders in 2017, but didn't make the final roster. Again, IK was raised to be a very respectful guy, and he showed major remorse for what happened between he and Geno Smith, but he'll likely never live it down. Who's to blame in this situation? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I think IK has to take responsibility as he made the decision to punch Geno, but Geno violated, in my opinion, and IK just couldn't live with himself after being disrespected. He was in a tough spot, man, because once you start letting cats get over on you, they'll never stop. IK is currently a free agent and is still working to fully recover from his knee injury. He seems to be doing well as he got married earlier this year, and I definitely wish the man the best. If IK gets another opportunity, hopefully he's learned a very valuable lesson. You see, I'm not saying it's okay to go around punching people in the face. As an adult, the truth is it's not, but it's still important to see it from that guy's point of view. So maybe if you're in Geno's position here, you understand that it's also not cool to provoke somebody and to put them in a situation like this, where you're attempting to make him out to look weak or pretty much be forced to sock you in the face. Honestly, he should have read that man's scouting report. NFL.com's Nolan Malraki said of IK when he entered the draft, he flashes shock and violence in his punch. And that is a hilarious coincidence. Why?
Yeah, I'm no quitter, 'cause I'ma go get her.